Listen, it's fine. There's still time. Just keep doing what they want. As long as we finish the steam gate before...
Good day, HamCorp employees. I see you were not able to stop me from going to Enceladus. Good. I don't know what came over me to ask you to try and stop me. Luckily, we will be able to continue on to the Stargate. That universe is doomed, but so what? Our shareholders are happy, and we delivered a good product. Let us continue to strive towards further growth. My steel has finished smelting. I'm now out of coal coke, but that's fine. I have charcoal and I can get more coal. But this steel is a big deal, because I am only a few steps away from making a tool forge. So I need some obsonite. Normally this is called alumite, and I'm going to need to get an ingot. Instead of doing the smeltery recipe, I will be doing the GregTech recipe, which is like this. So I need some obsidian dust, some steel dust, and some zinc dust. Overall pretty easy to get. And then with the obsonite, I'm going to make the tool forge. And then with the tool forge, I'm going to make a hammer, a lumber axe, which is a big deal for me, and probably also an excavator, but that's probably my lowest priority. After that, I think I'm actually going to start working on multi-blocks. So I need to make the ultra low voltage fluid tank, and this is different from the previous universe. So here, we make this, and then we unlock multi-blocks. All of these are new, and I didn't use them in the past, because they didn't exist at the time. So I'm probably going to make all of these. And unlocking multi-blocks also unlocks the next chapter, chapter 2. So let's quickly get all of that out of the way. The lumber axe quest didn't finish because I didn't bother to make these casts, and I don't think I will. But that's done too. Now just one more thing between us and the main topic of today, chapter 2. Let me get this fluid tank really quick. I know we're somewhat trying to avoid ecological destruction this time, but I need wood to keep doing things, so this has to be done. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to repair this like 6 or 7 times to finish up here. Judging by the noise, you can probably tell I'm making more fire clay. I've also been digging up the Bricoya tree, because I know I'm gonna need a lot more space for the multi-blocks. And speaking of multi-blocks, that brings us to chapter 2. Now everything here I believe is new. At the very least it's new to me, because I haven't made the steam multis before. So, it's time for a base expansion, and I'm just going to stick to the same theme here and just make a really big warehouse to put all of my machines in. Oh my god, this took me forever. But it looks pretty good, I think. I tried to do this like randomized pattern with just like spam clicking with a chisel. I can't tell if it looks good or it looks like noise. And I can't tell if noise looks good. I think maybe it would look better if I had machines in here. Because now it looks a little empty and just kind of, I don't know, weird, incomplete. And also the roof is just a flat fir wood plank roof with nothing. The Bricoya tree is slowly coming down. Obviously, that's where I source my bricks. And I have a lot of clay now. Alright, scaling up steam. I think if I turn this into a 3x3x4, so a max size boiler, probably if I do the typical, you know, like 24 coke oven setup, that should probably be good for a while. I think if I remember correctly, that's something like 2 amps of MV equivalent, but I mean, we don't talk about electricity here. So a bit of a grind to go. I need to make a bunch of coke oven bricks. I think I'm just going to put them outside instead of housing them in some kind of shelter like this. Now that I think about it, the steam multis also kind of don't really need to be in here because I don't think they explode in the rain. So really, I didn't need to build this. Oh, you know what? Maybe the roof of this is the perfect place to put the coke ovens. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. You know, all the usual shit. You saw this in the original training manual. You know what's coming up. It has been a long time. Several hours. I went mining quite a bit, and I've done a bit of ore processing as well. I've made a second alloy smelter, and as you can see, I have increased the size of the boiler tank. It's still not max size. There's still another radius and layer of boiler tanks to go. And these are only low pressure boiler tanks. That is what 20 coke ovens is able to handle, but there is a high pressure variant that's 4 times as fast. So this is viable for quite a while. Even now, I'm making quite an excess of steam. And I don't have enough coke ovens online yet to be able to sustain this, so I kind of have to feed it wood. Because it's cheaper to keep it at 500 degrees than it is to heat it up, remember? So I kind of just have to keep feeding this, even though I'm not able to keep up with it. I am making use of the steam. Okay, the tank is full. It was not full like, I don't know, 2 minutes ago, but now it's full. So now I have a full tank of steam and I can do things with it. But I don't have any machines. These are all the machines I have. My original plan was to do ore processing, to get like the grinder, the purifier, all of that, the new steam multis that are also in 2.7.3. But I think a better investment for me right now would be to make the steam fuser. This is unique to this world, and this is basically a multi-block alloy smelter. It's not that big, and it needs some bronze-plated bricks, a simple output bus, which is new, bronze pipe casing. This pipeless steam hatch can also be just a regular steam hatch, I think, and a steam-attuned input bus. The simple output bus is pretty cheap, just some tin, some bronze, some copper, some gold. The steam-attuned output bus is compressed steam plates, which I don't know what that is. I think, actually, that this might be a higher level input bus than what I'm actually supposed to be using at this point. So I guess this is what I'm actually supposed to make. So, simple output bus, simple input bus, and the steam hatch. And it uses ultra-low voltage fluid tanks, which is what I made before, so this is probably essentially the energy hatch of the multiblock. Yeah, I am very slowly chugging along with only 2 alloy smelters. It is quite painful, and I have a lot of clay and sand left to go to make the rest of the coke ovens. Well, I'm gonna get back to work, and I will make the steam fuser. Oh my god, this took so long. This took so long. I can't even explain to you what a slog that was. But now, hopefully, with this tiny bit of extra infrastructure, I will be able to expand my infrastructure even more. I want to apologize right now for the fact that this isn't centered. There's nothing I can do about it, okay? I'm sorry. I'm gonna place this bad boy right here. Now I just need to hook this up with I was about to say cable. I need to hook this up with a pipe, and then we have an alloy smelter that does 8 parallels. And it's 25% faster than the single block, and it only uses 62.5% of the steam. I could probably even retire those the alloy smelters. And after all this time, I'm still crafting coke oven bricks. Yeah, not even nearly done. I'd say it's 2/3 done now. I think I'm gonna try and get the rest of them done in the fuser. That should be a lot quicker. More importantly, now that we have the fuser, I can make clay compound. Clay compound is an alloy of 3 different dusts. So stone dust, clay dust, and iron dust. So this has to be done in the fuser. I can also make strons. This is steel and bronze. This is not to be confused with breel, which is bronze and steel. And the nice thing about strons is you can make input and output hatches with it, and they automatically output. These basic baby ones, the bronze ones, they don't automatically output. Also, the tools are pretty nice. Look at the durability on that wrench. That's pretty good. I would also like to make the steam blender, and actually I think I'm going to do that next. This is a mixer, and it's our first mixer. There is no single block mixer, and it's expensive. 100 bronze plated bricks. Each one of these is 6 bronze plates. But now we have the alloy smelter, so that shouldn't be too bad. It's just a matter of actually going out and mining. And with the mixer, I will be able to make breel. And once I have both strons and breel, I can make an open hearth blast furnace. This is faster than the bricked blast furnace, and it can be automated, and I think it uses steam. So I no longer need to supply this with coke or coal. Upon further reflection, I think I'm actually going to make the multi-block forge hammer first, so I can make plates faster, and then I'll make the mixer. And that one looks like this. It's called the steam presser. It doesn't need as many bronze plated bricks, and it will help me make more bronze plated bricks. So I think this first and then the mixer. Thank you for watching this episode of the GTNH Steamgate miniseries. In the next episode, we will craft the steam blender and the open hearth furnace, barring any complications along the way. I expect there to be complications along the way. Several employees have asked about the Mind Goblin from last episode. Mind Goblin these nuts. See you next time. Are they gone? That was close. It's not safe to talk now. If you made it this far, spread the word. I have a plan, but do it quietly.